Today I'm going to show you how to make this amazing pumpkin spice cake. It's decorated like a white pumpkin with cream cheese frosting, and this would be super fun for any type of fall event or maybe even Thanksgiving. We're going to start with a boxed cake mix, but we're going to modify the recipe. At the end of this video, I'll show you a recipe card you can take a screenshot of. Start by adding your box of cake mix to a large mixing bowl. Add a half a cup of water, 1/3 cup of oil, 4 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 cup of pumpkin puree. You can use it from a can, or here's a link above to a video for how to make your own pumpkin puree. Use an electric mixer on medium to high speed and mix it for about 2 minutes. Don't even mind the teenager chaos happening in the background behind me. Use some baking spray in your bundt cake pan so the cake doesn't stick. Pour the cake batter evenly into the bundt cake pan. Bake at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. Let the cake cool for about 10 minutes before removing it from the pan, and then repeat the entire recipe and process so that you have 2 bundt cakes to work with. Let the cakes cool completely before decorating. Take the first cake, put frosting all around the side and the top of the cake. Just get it on there thick, don't worry about making it look nice yet. We'll get to that later. Now take the cake you just frosted and flip it over upside down onto your cake platter. Put a thick layer of frosting on what is now the top of that bottom layer. Now for the next layer, cut the top of it off so that it lays on top of the bottom layer a little bit more flat. Otherwise you'll get too much of a gap in between. Go ahead and put that top layer of the pumpkin on. Now add another thick layer of frosting. You really want to make sure you get it in between the gap between the 2 cakes. And just get that frosting on thick all over the entire cake. Again, we're going to make it look nice in a minute, so just get the frosting on thick first. I found a vase that fits perfectly down the center. I added gold pebbles to it to decorate that as the stem, which I ended up changing into something later. Now you're going to make the frosting look like more of a pumpkin design by just taking your frosting spatula or frosting knife and going up and down the cake while turning it slightly, getting all the way around the cake so that you have those lines in the frosting up and down. Here's where I made a change, which I think looked so much better. I just filled this skinny little vase with cinnamon sticks, which I thought made a really pretty stem. Then I added these cake flowers to the top of the pumpkin, which I bought off of Amazon. I'll put a link down below. Last, I added some finishing touches by sprinkling some nutmeg and some cinnamon around the cake. Of all the cakes I made, this really ended up being one of my absolute favorites. Both the flavor of the spice mix and pumpkin together was delicious, and also it's just so pretty. The pumpkin cake turned out so elegant and beautiful. I'm just totally pleased with how beautiful it turned out. Here's a recipe card. Go ahead and take a screenshot. Hey, do you need help keeping all your recipes organized? Check out my other video on how to organize your recipes. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. Hit that subscribe button and let's be friends.